Tyreek Hill is now a Miami Dolphin. He joins Tua Tagovailoa, and he's been putting out all these videos of himself and Tua playing catch. And look, Tua's been slinging the rock lately in these videos, and he's been proving a lot of people, I wouldn't say wrong, but he's been showing a lot of people who would claim that he can't throw the football past 40 yards that, watch this, bet you I can. And he did. Good for him. Now, we'll talk about the problems plaguing Miami, some of the other problems plaguing Miami going into this season. But the Miami Dolphins and Tua Tagovailoa specifically do have a lot to prove this year. Look at Miami the past 2 seasons. Miami in 2021 were a 10-6 team that missed out on the playoffs. In a 7-team playoff race in the AFC. Look at them last year. They barely missed out on the playoffs last year as well. So, and that's after they started 1-5 or 1-6 or something like that, something crazy like that. And they went on and rattled off 8 straight wins. This Miami football team, especially when they had Brian Flores as their head coach, had a grit that was unmatched by almost any other team in football. The sheer grit of this team had to be respected. Now, do I think that McDonald as head coach is going to keep that around? I'm not sure. I think it's going to be a bit of a different vibe than it was with Brian Flores. But what I will say is that quarterback Tua Tagovailoa is the key to this team. And I mean that because over the past number of years, there has been media speculation that the problem with Tua Tagovailoa is that he sucks. The problem with Tua Tagovailoa is his arm strength. The problem with Tua Tagovailoa is that he's not reading NFL offenses as well as he probably should be at this point. Nevertheless, in, what has it been now? 21 NFL starts. He's 13-8 as a starter, went 6-3 his rookie year, 7-5 last year. He's thrown 27 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. Not blowing people away with those numbers. However, efficiency has been the name of the game with Tua Tagovailoa. He's completing 66% of his passes. Tua Tagovailoa's problem is not that he is not a good quarterback. It's not that Tua Tagovailoa can't throw the football. It's not that he's incapable of playing quarterback in the NFL. No. Tua Tagovailoa's issue is that he is injury prone. And it was one of the bigger problems. And he's injury prone, and he isn't as consistent as other people in his class. That is the problem with Tua Tagovailoa. Those are the 2 main issues. I'll start with the injury notion first. Now, that notion goes back to his time at Alabama. Tua had that breakout year where he came in, helped Alabama win the national championship, had another breakout year, and then his last year at Alabama, he goes out there and he just basically, I think it was a hip injury, correct? He hurts his hip or dislocates his hip, I believe, and he's basically out for the rest of the year, and he would end up going, I believe, number 10 overall in the draft. Number 5 overall in the draft to the Miami Dolphins. In the draft that had Justin Herbert, in a draft that also had Joe Burrow as the number 1 overall pick. Now, when you think about that, right, I don't think it's hard for people to really judge that. Who are the top 3 quarterbacks? It's Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, and Tua Tagovailoa in that order. One of them has been to a Super Bowl. One of them has been throwing a boatload of touchdowns, going for it on 4th down, competing with the best of the best. And the other one has been pretty good when he's on the field. 2 years in, and he started 21 games. Tua Tagovailoa has to prove that he can stay healthy. I think if he can stay healthy, if they can have consistency from him and he can stay healthy, the Miami Dolphins can not only win the playoffs, I think they can win a playoff game. I don't think this team is ready to compete for a Super Bowl just yet. They still have a ways to go, I think, defensively in the pass rush, but I don't think McDaniel is there yet as a coach yet. I think he needs to really learn how to be a head coach. But Tua's the thing to watch for Tua this year is going to be whether or not he can stay healthy. If he can stay healthy, Miami has a higher chance of making playoffs. If he doesn't, then they have a problem. Because then you have a guy who you drafted number 5 overall in the draft, who year 1 missed a few games of injury. Year 2 missed a few games of injury. Year 3 missed a few games of injury, and your team is suffering because of it. And now the Miami Dolphins don't even have as much draft capital as they did just a few days ago to go out and get a quarterback in the draft because they got their first round pick taken away next year. So in a way, they are kind of married to Tua Tagovailoa. And if you're a Miami fan, you have to be wondering, you have to be supporting him because what's your backup plan? And what else are you going to ask him to do? Is he as mobile as some of these other quarterbacks? No, but he doesn't need to be. You don't bring in a quarterback just to be mobile. You bring in a quarterback to complete passes and win football games. Tua Tagovailoa has been completing some passes, and he's been winning. He's just not on the field enough for it to get them over the hump. He needs to play. Hey everyone, we hope you liked this video. If you did, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is released. Until next time, keep it real.